Hey folks, the Red Scourge here, and welcome back. I wanted to do a quick first impressions video for version 9 of College Football Revamped. That just released today at 3 p.m. and I was able to get it onto my Xbox, and I've been really impressed. I'm new to Revamped as of maybe the last week. I've been working to RGH one of my Xboxes, and it's taken me a while because I didn't want to send it in. Like, I'm pretty handy with things, so I wanted to figure it out. Gotten pretty good at soldering, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend it unless you kind of enjoy that kind of stuff. But finally got it done and got Revamped loaded. But yeah, initially I was really impressed. A lot of really nice uniforms, and just like the attention to detail in the uniforms is really what stood out to me. But I wanted to do a quick first impressions of this one because it's a lot different. Most of this is gameplay and playbook heavy. They had a bunch of little uniform tweaks, but no real new uniforms. You know, basic stuff like added helmet numbers to Ohio State helmets. Like, they're all pretty small tweaks. But the major changes are they added a ton of new plays. According to the patch notes, over 1,100 new plays and more than 500 unique plays. And they actually added, they say they added or edited 10 formations. I was able to find 3 brand new formations. So I recorded this gameplay footage a couple hours ago and recorded audio with it. But because my mic isn't really great, I wasn't able to use any of that audio. There was just too much background noise. So here I'm going in and creating my own custom playbook to kind of see what's there. And I start with flexbone because I'm most familiar with flexbone and wingbone in this game as far as what plays go where. And I didn't realize at the time that they actually marked all of the new or modified plays with an asterisk. So if you have Revamped and you want to check out what's new, you can go in and you should be able to see it shortly. I was pretty surprised they added flexbone normal and close to the pistol formations. I thought that was really cool. That's definitely something I'm going to be using in my triple option offense. I do like pistol, and there's some interesting plays that I later found with those. That's pretty cool. One thing I was a little bit surprised they didn't add was I was kind of waiting. Once I realized they were adding a bunch of new plays, I was waiting for a lot of RPO stuff because that's the really big concept that's missing from 2014. And I'm sure that's coming in the future. There are a couple plays that are kind of more pass run options where it's a wide receiver screen, but the way they have the play programmed, you can run a quarterback draw instead of just kind of, doing it the usual manual way if you want to scramble. But here are a bunch of the new plays. A lot of them, at least in this set, are edited or, versions of plays from other flexbone sets, but they added some interesting stuff. A lot more pulling linemen than you saw out of the stock option playbooks, and I thought that was really cool. I would really encourage you guys to look into College Football Revamped if you don't already have it, especially if you're as into NCAA Football 14 as I am. Like, this is kind of my main game. Like, friends will ask me, like, hey, what are you playing? And it's mostly this. Like, I'm playing some other shooting games and stuff like that, but this is my game. And so it was really worth it for me. And plus, like, this team of guys has just been working on this stuff nonstop and updating all kinds of stuff. And once I started playing it, the gameplay, they really cleaned up the gameplay, and in really, really small ways, it feels better. And I don't really know exactly how to describe that, but I would encourage you to, either if you have a PC that's up to the task to running, a PS3 emulator, you can do it that way. It's pretty easy to soft mod a PS3 console. You can do it that way. I've always played on Xbox, and I really like that controller, and so I decided to mod like a Xbox console I'd laying around. So next, I'm gonna go into practice mode, and we're gonna run some of these plays. Obviously, they added a ton of stuff. We're not gonna run all of them, but I want to see some of what's going on and show you guys some of what it has to offer. Alright guys, here we are in practice mode, and this is just the base flexbone formation. I was really curious by fullback wedge. Like, what is that? Because the play looks like an option play, but it actually isn't. The play art looks like triple option, but it's essentially a fullback dive or a fullback give. And I was having all kinds of success with this. I don't know exactly what they tweaked, but I do love that the B-back in this offense has a little bit more impact, because that's one thing with the triple option offense in this game. The B-back, certain defenses would force the option to go to your B-back instead of one of the wing backs, but most I'd ever get is a handful of yards from a B-back on a consistent basis, and I was getting all kinds of big chunks, so that's kind of exciting. That mimics real life more closely. The B-back is really the focal point of most flexbone triple option offenses, and so that was cool to see. I was super surprised. Like I said, my original audio is gone and unusable, but I couldn't believe I was getting 5 and 10 yards consistently. And this is against Navy. They're a solid defense. They're matched well with Army in this game. Yeah, 15 yards right there. You can't argue with that right up the gut. So I thought that was pretty cool. They definitely changed some of the blocking AI, and it does seem to work pretty well. So this is load option. This one is new for flexbone. Obviously, it's in other formations in this game. It runs generally the same as all those, as in I formation and such, but it felt a little bit cleaner. I wasn't concentrating super well really for any of these plays because I was talking as I was doing it, but I generally felt like it was smoother and the blocking was a little bit better. So there's not too much to say on this, but I was really curious. That's why I ran this a number of times. So this is the pistol flexbone formation, and this is wingback sweep. This one was great. I had so much fun running this in just a couple minutes I did. The blocking sets up great because there's space from the line of scrimmage. It's kind of easy to read, so you can cut it up or hit it outside if you want. My experience with this was if the blocking broke down, you weren't going to get it up inside between the tackles anyways, but that one was really cool. I really like that. And that'll do it for me today, folks. I would encourage you to check out College Football Revamped if you haven't already. I'll leave links in the description to the patch notes. That's the same website where you can download all the files, and I'll also leave a link to their Discord server where you can ask for help, get questions answered. I didn't run a ton of these plays, so there's plenty more in here that I haven't even seen yet, and a lot of great stuff. There were just some I was real curious about. They modified some of the current ones, but I kind of hit the ones that I wanted to show. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing another Dynasty series with Army and triple option. I'm also thinking about bringing back my flexbone coaching tutorial video. That might be a little bit more feasible for me with just the amount of time it takes to make one of those videos. It's a lot less than going all the way through a Dynasty, even with just one game. So let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, and appreciate you guys watching. I will see you next time. Hey guys, quick note about the music I'm playing in this. So this is actually a hip-hop DJ from New York called Blockhead. Some of you may be familiar. He's been in the underground hip-hop scene since the 90s. He's great, super cool dude, makes some really great music. So I'm going to link his YouTube channel down below, and also this song. It's called Insomniac Olympics. He personally gave me permission to use any of his music in YouTube videos as long as I'm not making money off them, and with all my 12 subscribers I'm not monetized. So I thought that was super cool. He's an awesome dude. Been to some of his shows and got to meet him before, and I just hit him up on I think Instagram or Facebook or something and asked him, and he was super cool about it. So if you like this kind of stuff, go check out some of his music. If you really like it, buy some of his stuff. That's how any of these musicians are staying afloat these days without touring. So yeah, once again, appreciate it. And his name is Blockhead.